the Cowboys season is devolved to the point where we're out of things to talk about. Except this. Honestly, we are now down to the sunlight in the stadium. That's where, because Dak is in New York, apparently going to get his hamstring reattached to his bone.
Yeah,
he'll be done for the year. Cooper Rush did not look like the Cooper Rush that we saw the last time he filled in for Dak at all. It was brutal. They brought in Trey Lance against Philadelphia. That clearly is not an answer at this point in time that the Cowboys would even, I guess, consider starting him on Monday Night Football in front of the whole country against the Houston Texans, who are desperate for a win because they've lost 3 in a row. Like that doesn't appear to be even like, hey, let's see what we have in him so we can trade him for a higher draft choice later on in the offseason or have him back up Dak in 2025. CeeDee Lamb, fantasy owners are basically looking for the fantasy arsenic right now. The running game is gone. Micah Parsons came back and showed how terrific he is. He affected some things, but clearly can't do it all by himself. And Trevon Diggs, too, the great interception as well. Yeah. I mean, they've got some talented players who are absolutely being consumed by the mediocrity, by the what's the words for it? The dreadfulness that's going on over there. And
words we can't say on Roku.
We are now down to talking about design flaws of AT&T Stadium. That's what we're down to right now. That and, Micah Parsons after the, I guess, SPF gate, window gate, curtain gate, blinds gate, whatever you want to call it. He was talking about afterwards feeling bad for his veteran teammates like Zach Martin, who might not be playing anymore, and that this is his last year, and mentioned how, because he was being asked about Mike McCarthy. I'm sure you guys played that soundbite yesterday with Kirk Morrison being here. And he's saying, hey, Mike McCarthy, that's above my pay grade, and, he can go somewhere else and coach somewhere else. These guys are at the end of their careers. And, of course, a lot of people took that to mean that Micah wasn't caping for his coach, and thus Mike McCarthy has yet one more notch on the hot seat being turned up. So on 105.3 The Fan today, Jerry Jones talking about the Micah Parsons soundbite.
It was not meant, no matter how it sounded, it was not meant as a critique of the coaches or the coach. It was meant as a concern for the veteran players, such as Zach Martin, that might not have that much more in their career left. And it meant as a concern to them because they don't have the length of time to right the ship as much as a player like Micah or the younger players. That's how it was meant. There's no doubt in my mind it was meant that way. There's no game. Mike does not feel, and Micah does not feel a lack of appreciation for, of all people, our head coach, Mike.
By the way, I totally believe what he's saying. I totally believe that's what Micah Parsons meant to say. The only issue is when you don't sign your coach to an extension before the season and you go all in with him like that, moments like this will bring about questions about his grip on the locker room and with the star players that we all know will be around for a long time, much longer than him potentially to come in Dallas. That's the problem. Also, after you've been told, hey, the team that we've got out there, that's the team we can win with, and they're now 3-6. So when Jerry is, I think, correctly and appropriately, describing Micah Parsons' comments and intents, it's tough to buy. And then there's the sunlight. that the rest of the league is shining on the Cowboys roster and ability to win. The football gods and the injury bugs have also made it much brighter of a spotlight on all of their issues, depth issues, running back issues, all of those issues. Listen, we all see it every Thanksgiving. On annually, maybe the largest audience the Cowboys play in front of. And that Thanksgiving audience, man, we see it. Dallas starts in the middle of the afternoon there every Thanksgiving. And we've seen it in AT&T Stadium. I don't know who decided, what architects decided to say, hey, Jerry, you want a big window? You know, Jerry, this big window at a certain time of year, the sunlight's just going to come straight through it. And, you know, everybody's going to have a tough time seeing, including the officials who have to shade their eyes from the sun to call the game.
That photo is, I can't get enough of that.
I mean, you want to talk about player safety. How can he see what's going on? Honestly, it's like you're on the set of The Martian. But we see it every year.
Every year.
Every year. And at every game, this time of year as well, it happens all the time. But now that we're completely out of things to talk about with the Cowboys, we're out of it. We've run out of it.
Maybe we should have saved some stuff.
We've run out of it.
Could have rolled it over.
So Jerry brought it up himself in his post-game comments. CeeDee Lamb was asked about drapes. Blinds, drapes, whatever. Curtains. Well, it is curtains for the Cowboys.
Hey,
it's true. But Jerry was talking about the sunlight. And this, I can't believe there's sound bites for this, but roll it today.
All I can say is that stadium was built to feel like it's outdoors when you're indoors. And it was built to have sunlight coming in every way that you could put it out there as though it were open air, yet still being inside. It's the largest air-conditioned space in the world, the stadium. Every venue has certain things that at certain ways and times in the contest can create an advantage. That really goes on the category of home field advantage. And so usually, and that's the case with us, that if there's a field, or in the case it's your home field, which it is of the Dallas Cowboys, it should be an advantage to the home team. So I don't want to adjust it for one reason, is because it is an advantage to us. But more important than anything, we know where in basketball, we know where the dead spots are on the floor. That's our advantage. That should be our advantage. We get to play there more, and we get to have it as advantage. It has been an advantage for us to know where the sun is. I don't want to change that.
The famed parquet window of AT&T Stadium. See, and because
right.
Put that photograph up one more time.
Not the same,
but it's
Jerry.
not. But there was one large floor in Boston. That's what you're referring to, the old Boston Garden.
Yeah.
But there were certain dead spots where the Celtics would know where they are. But the rest of the floor was usable for basketball.
Sure.
This
That's
is not.
a fact.
This is not like only one corner of the end zone sees the light, and you have to avoid that corner of the end zone. It is blinding. The referee is shading his eyes, and the issue is. I guess you can't control whether you're going in that certain direction unless you win the toss and you defer and you figure that out. Or if the other team goes, you know what, we don't want that sun in our eyes. We know this field just like you do. We don't want that. So you have to deal with that because you lost the toss. It's not like the Cowboys are in full control of when they get to not have the sun in their eyes or when they do, because of the coin toss in the half. There's a sun problem. It's not like the Cowboys can use it to their advantage purposefully, unless, because there are, I guess John Machado was on yesterday, covered the Cowboys, saying that there are curtains for concerts and basketball.
And wrestling and everything.
Right.
Yeah.
So they have them. Can they put them up and close it when they're
So you want a curtain staff, so when the Cowboys have the ball, curtains go up.
If there's a stat, I don't know if you're allowed to do that. I don't know if you
no
can
way
change.
that would be. You'd be
Other
able to
team
get
have the ball,
I don't know
curtains
if
down.
that's a competitive disadvantage.
That's like sending a snowplow out when you're about to kick a field goal. Like, you can't do that.
Mike Del Tufo, exactly. I knew he was thinking it. We're
simpatico.
Okay, like Staten Island's practically New Jersey.
This is true.
Okay, the old Giant Stadium used to have a garage.
Yep.
That Parcells would open up.
I heard about that.
When the opposing team was kicking in that direction because it changed the wind.
Yes.
And what's the difference
I know the
between
union
that
guys that used to take
and
care of it.
curtains?
I
or
think
blinds.
I don't know if anyone can see a door underneath the stadium being open and realize that they're getting an advantage. You start closing and opening blinds.
Now we're talking about there's a reason to have it. You can have an advantage, but the other way around, the Cowboys can't fully control.
That's close to curtain.
That. But what they can control is the optics of situations. They can control optics. So I will just say this because I'm always trying to make people better. Certainly since I feel we're all part of one NFL team, NFL Network, NFL. Jerry Jones has been phenomenal to NFL Network since jump. So I will just say this. When there is an issue about sunlight and glare and whether you can see through the glare or not, do not have your head coach the next day hold a press conference where the glare from the window sun was so bad they had to set up a screen next to him. So everybody's talking about this. Can we get some drapes at the Star too? Man, let's get some blinds, some drapes. We'll lend them ours.
Yeah, we don't use them anymore.
Can you believe this?
We don't really need them.
So if people are talking about McCarthy needed a shield to see the press.
I gotta be honest, Rich.
Do they need a win in the Metroplex or what? Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku Channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.